I'm Victor Fernandez of Fernandez Fit, and I'm here to show you why fitness is our business. Hello and welcome once again to the Fitness is Our Business podcast, the show that helps busy professionals thrive in their demanding personal and professional lives by taking control of their health and well-being. I am your host, Victor Fernandez. Thanks for joining me as you do each and every week. I truly do appreciate it. Now, if this is your first time listening to the show, welcome. I just want you to sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. But if you've been following for a while, you know the second, third, fourth, umpteenth time, I want you to do me a favor. I want you to subscribe to the show and share it far and wide because many more people need to learn that fitness is our business. Now, on to the meat of the show, and yes, pun intended. Let me ask you a question. How many times have you opened a delivery app on your phone this week? Twice? Maybe 5 times? 10? More? Don't worry, you're not alone. I personally don't do it myself because I just never have, but I'm in the minority. There's many people out there that really rely on food apps, whatever it may be, to be able to make sure they get food into them during their midday rush. For busy professionals, takeout isn't simply convenient. It's a way to survive. You're going from here to there, meeting to meeting. You're on calls all day, running around. Oftentimes, you don't find yourself with a whole lot of time to really eat a meal, much less decide what it's going to be. So you turn to the most convenient, easiest, and quickest ways to make that happen. Here's the problem with that approach, though. Those choices that you're making, meal after meal, can wreck your energy, your waistline, your confidence level. But the good news is, eating healthy on the go doesn't mean you have to always turn to boring salads or skipping meals entirely. It's about having a game plan. You've heard me say this before. A little bit of prep work in advance saves you an exponential amount of time on the back end when you already have 1,000,001 decisions you need to make on that particular day. And it starts with mastering just a few small and simple hacks that are going to help you really develop a strategy and a healthy habit when it comes to your midday meal. Here's number 1. And I preface this by saying this one you don't have to just focus on with your professional career. This works well in your personal life as well, especially when you're on vacation. And that's mastering 3 to-go restaurant meals. I know for my family, when we go on vacation, what do? We scout out the different restaurants that are in the area. And then we scout out their menus to see what's available to us. So then that way we can narrow down the list of choices that are going to be the healthiest options for us. We did that at Disney World last year. I mean, it's a lot of parks, a lot of territory to cover, but we started pinpointing what are the restaurants in the parks that we're going to be frequenting that week. So let's look at what they offer meal-wise. Not always the healthiest of choices, but it allows you to make the healthiest of choices possible based on what you have available to you. And it worked out pretty well for us. So what I want you to do is pick 3 spots you order from, those places that you frequent on a regular basis. And I want you to pick a healthy default meal from each one. That way, when you walk in, you already know what you're going to pick up. You already know the options available to you without needing to scan the rest of the menu. No decision fatigue, no regret later, and that's one less choice you have to make in the 1,000,001 choices that we make each and every day, both in our personal and our professional lives. The second one's going to seem a bit, I don't want to say out there, but maybe a bit different. Maybe you hadn't thought of this, but I have clients who actually do this. So this is something I'm seeing more and more, is to create a car kit. Stock your car, your backpack, if you're behind a desk all day, your desk, with quick shots of protein, your beef jerky, your mixed nuts, quality protein bar. Again, none of these replace a full meal, but they're great in a pinch to get you from meal to meal. Because what this does is this prevents you from making those hangry decisions, not angry, hangry decisions. when you panic order a pizza at 9 p.m. at night because you didn't eat lunch, and you probably worked right through dinner as well, given it's 9 p.m. I have clients who've gone as far as I said earlier, taking a small cooler with them in their car so they can be prepared for any changes in schedule that come their way. And that's especially true for those who drive a lot for work. So they're spending most of their day behind the wheel of their car. So if they have something with them that they can grab when they're sitting in a parking lot, or waiting, have some time between meetings, and be able to really make sure they're eating a nutrient-rich, nourishing meal to get them not just through the rest of the day, but really put them in position to conquer the rest of the day. All right, hack number 3. Double your veggies, skip the fries. I know that's blasphemy to some of you. I like French fries too. But let's face it, restaurants want you to order the fries. Why do you think they come with pretty much every meal on the menu? It's not by accident that happens. But if you were to swap the fries out for, say, a second serving of veggies, or even one serving of veggies, or maybe even a side salad, suddenly you've turned your lunch plate into a much more balanced and instantly more balanced meal. So that's a small swap out, big payoff. Now, I'm not saying you have to get rid of the fries all the time. Maybe once in a while, swap them out. You'll see a big difference in your health. You're going to see a big difference in how you feel after you eat a meal. Those fries are going to metabolize quicker than the veggies do. So you're going to have fuel to burn leading into your next meal. That's going to get you through the day. Hack number 4. I got 2 more for you. Ask for dressing or sauce on the side. This hack alone could save you hundreds of calories over really a short period of time. I always talk to my clients about the difference between preparing meals at home and eating out. And I'm talking about the same meals. Think of it this way. Think of the breakfast sandwich you go to a local establishment and you purchase. And now think of the one that you can make at home. Can you make the same one? You absolutely can. I do it. My family and I do it. The difference is that you have control over the ingredients and how it's prepared when you're the one making it at home, as opposed to when you go to a restaurant or local eatery. You don't know how it's being prepared. You don't know what ingredients, oils and whatnot, that are being used in making that meal. So it looks on the surface to be a healthy choice, but maybe it's not quite as healthy as you would want it to be. Restaurants drown their food in sauce. By asking for it on the side, now you're in control even when you're out. You can control how much you put on. You can also simply dip your food in it. So if you like salad, if you're eating a salad, instead of pouring that dressing on there, you can dip it in ask for the little cup, the little circular cup, where you can dip it in there. That way you still get that taste without overindulging. And all of us, because when you do that, when you pour it on, you suddenly added quite a bit more calories and fat and saturated fat into the mix when what began as a very healthy meal. All right, 5th and final hack. Plan just one meal ahead. I am a trumpeter of meal prepping. I meal prep every week. It's not as hard as people think it is. If you follow me on social media, you see what I do on our Blackstone grill, and I throw everything on there. In an hour or 2, I'm done, and we have enough protein and veggies. If you saw this past week, we threw veggies on the grill as well. We have plenty of food, really, for the entire week, and sometimes longer. I've been known to go a little overboard, and now we have extra food laying around. But if you just planned one meal ahead, here's a couple things that it's going to do. It's going to start developing a healthy habit, first and foremost. But that way you don't overwhelm yourself, in comparison to trying to prep a week-long schedule of meals when you really haven't done that before, or you haven't done it in a long time. And I get that. I mean, that may sound strange to say, oh, only meal prep one meal. But just think about it. Just think about how overwhelming things can be when we're looking at a bigger picture, whatever topic that may be. But when we look at it in a much more micro perspective, when we look at it as if I'm just going to focus on this one meal as opposed to an entire week's worth of meals, now all of a sudden it seems more manageable. Now all of a sudden it seems more reasonable. So here's what you do. Decide what tomorrow's lunch will be. We'll start there. One step ahead beats scrambling at the last minute. And that, again, allows you to start developing healthy habits step by step without feeling overwhelmed. And that's what forces people to quit or to run away from things that can help them, because they look at something so big that they don't believe they can handle it. So the next time life gets busy, and which is probably, I don't know, like a second from now, don't fall into the takeout trap with your to-go meals, a car kit, swapping out for healthier options, having sauces on the side, and planning just one step ahead in the process. You're going to fuel your body for performance without sacrificing convenience. The idea is making it simpler, not harder, not more complex. And the more we can simplify it, let's face it, folks, the more we're inclined to do the work. All right, that's all I got for you for today. Hope you're all doing well. Once again, do me a solid, like this show, leave a great review. 5 stars are always awesome. I like those 5-star reviews. I would ask for 7-star reviews if they were allowed. And of course, subscribe to the show and share it far and wide, because so many more people out there need to learn that fitness is our business. Thanks so much for listening. I hope what we've shared on this show truly resonates with you. If you want to learn more about the health and fitness services I provide, head to my website, fernandezfit.com. If you're ready to connect with me about health and fitness coaching, send an email to info@fernandezfit.com or a text to 814-504-7774. And of course, you can find me all across social media, Victor Fernandez 123 on Facebook, Fernandez Fit on Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn, as well as the Healthy Lives, Healthy Business channel on YouTube. Thanks again for tuning in, and until next time, always remember, fitness is our business.